And welcome to my BMW R1100R. What we're doing today is doing a oil change, spark plugs and oil filter. So this is what we've got. Keep in mind, like if you run one of these motorcycles in the UK, I always recommend 10WD-40 4T engine oil, because like, you know, if you live in the US or say Australia or very hot countries, you'll require a heavier mix engine oil, as our oil for 10W40 for the UK is a better engine oil. Spark plugs is what we're going to be running with. They are a two-prong version. Yep, can't get that to zoom in a bit more better, but that'll be okay. Filter, that's the one you need. It's the markings and the name, and that's what it comes into. Yeah. What I would tend to do as well, like when you're coming to do your oil filter, drain your oil out, then get your finger, dip it into your old engine oil, not your new stuff or a bit of grease, your old engine oil, and rub it around the rubber washer, just a little bit on your finger. That's all you got to do. Screw it in gently and then tighten up to the correct settings. So it's a simple method to do. Spark plugs, you'll require your spark plug socket, and it is a 10mm spark plug socket. Okay, no bigger or smaller because it won't bloody fit. Okay, so we'll get back to doing the service. I'll see you in a minute. Also, forgot to mention, I decided to get a sump nut. It's a magnified one. I'll take it out of the packet a bit later on so I can show you. With the washer as well. You will need a washer because either way, if you go to tighten the old sump nut back up, it's going to tend to leak oil. So I suggest you do get one. If you don't want to get one, then it's your risk at the end of the day. But personally, you know, just go and buy a bloody washer from your bike shop. Get it done. Simple as. Okay then, mate. Let's crack on with doing this service. Right, back to the servicing. We're going to require an Allen key. What size? 8mm. And then we've got to get underneath it. I know I haven't got a motorcycle ramp, so you might not see it, I don't know. You stick it inside, crack it off, pre-done already, so I ain't got to mess around. It's going to get a little bit of oil on your fingers, so just drop your Allen key off, get your fingers on it, try and avoid the spill. Now this engine's been running on this same engine oil for about 4,500 miles in total. So let's see, eh? Anyway, back to the oil. Like I was going to say, is that most people recommend like changing them a bit earlier. Like, I mean, I do really stretch this one straight out. I do some, like I say, some serious mileage on these bikes, and you know, 4,500 miles on the intervals of changing the engine oil and the spark plugs. I don't think it's too bad at all. So we'll see. As for the oil, all I've done is a petrol can. It's a 5 litre small Jerry petrol can. Cut the top off, because all you're going to be putting in this engine is 3 litres 0.75. That's all it's going to require. So by making your own oil can, 5 litre, look, cut the top off, job done then, mate, no problems. Paint us in. So we're getting back to doing the oil. On the side of these cylinder heads, this is your oil filler. So just unscrew it off as such. We're going so far, and that's all you got to do, yeah? It's a bit twiggly, see? Take it off all the way. And that's all you have to do. So we'll rest that on top of there so you don't lose it. So we're going to be doing the spark plugs while this oil is still draining. You can still see it coming out. Looks pretty black as well, doesn't it? Now, how to take these covers off. Don't try and yank it from the front because it ain't going to come off. You've got to work from the back here with my fingers pointing. And so put your hand at the front of the engine and at the back, give it a little push in with your middle thumb, and you can see it flexing, and then release. Yeah, because there's your spring. That's your rubber connector between your spark plug cable. How to take these plugs off? A little bit difficult with your fingers, but don't worry about that. So anyway, how to get these spark plug caps off? Get your spanner, adjust it open. You can pull them out with your fingers, but it's a little bit tough, you know, because they go quite far inside the engine. So gently grab it. Don't go overjoy with it. Little pull like that. Yep. Put your spanner down, pull it out. That's all you got. And your spark plug lives inside here. And so we're getting back to the spark plugs. We're going to fit these in now. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's a pretty simple method. Like I said, it's a 10mm socket for your spark plug. Now what I'd suggest to do, inside the cylinder head over here, when you put your socket within inside, like just in this small area here, there's like a rubber seal what traps the engine oil in, and you will find that your spark plug and adapters will get pretty stuck in there, and you will think, how do I get it out? So this is my method. Everybody else has got different ways of doing it. I just get a little bit of grease, multi-purpose, doesn't matter. Stick it around the socket. Yeah, that's all you have to do, just massage it round like that. Yeah, go. So then we're going to put it in, and you'll feel like there's a tiny bit of a lip. Like I said, it's just a busher, like a rubber washer inside. Push it in like that until you feel your spark plug. You can just about feel it on your hands like that. Make sure that you turn it the right way because you don't want to over tighten it, because you'll never get it out. Ratchet it out, nice and steady with your hand.
All of those are strong signs, but we all know spring hasn't truly sprung until Absolute Radio starts doing 10 weeks of tickets. This year, win your way to see.
You can feel it coming out. Slide it out gently, and voila, there's your spark plug. Now this one's got 3 prongs on, so I've opted for 2 prongs on my spark plugs, my new ones, for a change. It's in good condition, truthfully, because as everybody would know that these BMW Boxer engines do run rich. So when you pull this out and you think, guys, look at the carbon on that, what's going on with it? Don't worry about it at all. That's exactly how it's meant to look. So, new spark plug. Like I said, I'm going for 2 prong versions this time. And that's how it's meant to look, nice and shiny. Remember, it's got a bit of grease around the end so it can slide in a little bit more comfortable. Feel it in. You can just about see the new spark plug going through your fins at the top. Screw it in with your hand, like that, not with your socket, until you can feel it's come to a nice stop. I'll choose the top. I'll just feel it come to a bit of a stop and just crimp it up Like I said, don't over tighten it, just enough so you think that's comfortable. Pull it out gently so it don't get stuck in that rubber. Put your cap back on, keep it all in line, you'll feel it click. That on, starting from the front to the back, so it's all attached nice and tight. That's how you do your spark plugs. So now we're taking out the oil filter, unscrew it out. I would say it's going to be pretty stiff to get these out, but you know, it's you can do it. Oil's going to come out, as you can see. Pull it across, keeping in line where the other oil is. Gently pull it out. Like that. Slip it in. Tell you what, there's some shit in there, isn't there? That is. Try and get this bloody socket off. Anyway, so while we're going to be putting the new one on, which I'll show you in a bit, don't forget to put your sump nut on. Let this drip out for a bit, and we'll be there shortly. Right, so back to your new oil filter. Don't forget that you've got to put engine oil into this before you attach it to your motorbike. Okay, so use a jug, fill it up with your new engine oil. So much. Yep. Tip it inside. I reckon we probably need a little bit more than that, so I can see it. A little bit more. I mean, you use your own judgment on how much you're putting in. I'm just going up to the line. Remember what I said, to use a bit of old engine oil on the end of your tip of your finger. Rub it round top of your seal. Bit of old engine oil. Yeah. Wipe it around a little bit. Okay, so we're going to fit it to the bike. And wipe your engine off as well, like with a bit of, you know, where your handprints have been with the oil on it, because you don't want that on your engine. Get your socket again. And remember, these don't actually have to be torqued up too tight. I haven't got the right spanner, but you can feel it by your own tightness on your hand, yeah? And I would say that would be comfortable enough to say it was safe. Okay. I'm just going to get the cup back off it now. Give her a bit of a wobble. And I'm hoping it will come straight off. That's your spanner. It's a 14mm. Well, it's not called 14mm, should I say. It's got 14 grippers around on the inside, so that's the one you will require, and your socket just to put it up. Undo it, tighten it back up again, and that's that. And then what we're going to do then, what is it underneath here, 22mm nut, that's your washer. Remember to put a new one on it. This one is a magnetised one, so on the next service you'll see whether there's any shit coming out of this bike. So we'll screw it in all at the same time. Once again, don't over tighten. Use your judgment as you're tightening up, and you can feel it with your fingers. Yep, I'd say that was pretty comfortable. Job done. And now we'll be putting the engine oil in next. Right, back to the engine oil. We're going to put in 3 litres. It's actually 3.75 you've got to put in of engine oil. So we'll run it into our funnel with the help of somebody else's hand. I have actually 3 hands. No, I haven't, on the bullshit in there. So we'll tip it in, keep checking all at the same time. Comes out a really nice colour as well. This bike's going to be really happy. Well, it won't be happy anyway for another few thousand miles down the road. So we'll do a quick check. See what we got. Hardly put any in, so we'll just keep knocking away, eh? And what I'm going to tend to do, once I've put the engine oil in, I'm going to let the engine start it up, let it run for a bit, just to get it all warmed up, and then I'm going to switch it off, and then at the side of the engine there's an oil inspection to tell me how much engine oil is specifically in these models. I did explain this in one of my first videos, so you can always go back to that and see what the score is on that, eh? But 10WD-40 T4 oil, that's what we're working with. And generally that's as easy as that. Spark plugs, engine oil, oil filter on your BMW R1100R. The following video will include the transmission gearbox oil fluids, and we'll also be doing a new putting new gearbox, well we've got gearbox engine oil, gearbox, and then we'll be putting in its new oil as well for the back axle in the next video. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Thanks very much.